HCAM News is supported by our viewers and by Hopkins Drug, located in this historic New England town since 1954. They are a multifaceted store dedicated to providing clients with an array of healthcare options.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to HCAM News. I'm HCAM News Director Tom Nappy, here to fill you in on the latest happenings in Hopkinton. On today's edition of HCAM News, we have scenes from the Hopkins Spring Concert and the 8th grade promotion ceremony. But first, the Select Board recognized a few Eagle Scouts on their tremendous community service.
Harrison has completed his Eagle Scout project in February after installing 5 informational signs at the sites of old stone foundations on the trails around Hopkinton. And the project involved researching the sites and the families who once lived there, as well as working with organizations around town. And Harrison earned the rank of Eagle on March 3rd, 2022. So Harrison, can you tell us a little bit about the organizations you had to work with in town, and what was your biggest challenge that you had to overcome during the project?
So I worked with HALT, the Historical Society, Historical Commission, and the Conservation Society, or definitely. So probably the hardest part of it was getting the permission to actually basically dig the holes on each area, which is what what I was reaching out to most of those groups was for, like getting land permission. So yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. We really all appreciate your work. And I think Mr. Nosrilla, did you see one of his sites this weekend that you said? Or one of the other ones,
it's one of the other ones. So.
Okay, so I'm going to present you with your certificate, and then we'll have the next scout come up. At the end, we'll do a group photo. Anything, Mary Jo?
Aiden's Eagle Scout project was to build an informational kiosk for the town of Hopkinton in the new dog park. The kiosk provides a place for the Parks and Recreation Department to display important information for park visitors. Aiden became an Eagle Scout on February 11th, 2022. So, congratulations to you and to your family, because I know they're all involved. So, you want to tell us a little about your project?
Sure. So, I worked with Parks and Rec to set it up, and it wasn't that hard to get permits for it. And then once we did get the permits for it, it was just a matter of working through the heat, because there was a heat wave going on, and then making sure the concrete had set because a hurricane hit the next day. So once it was up, it was pretty sturdy. So, and then painting it wasn't too bad either. So now it's still there, ready for display.
Glad to hear it's still there. Congratulations. And your mother's doing a good job too.
And Dad.
Everyone, Colin's Eagle Scout project was to build and install 25 trailhead posts and signs throughout Hopkinton advising hikers of the presence of ticks. Before COVID, tick-borne illnesses were the #1 cause of illness in Hopkinton. Each post included a tick identification cards as well as brochures to educate residents about the dangers of tick-borne illnesses. Colin became an Eagle Scout in December of 2021. And it just so happens that for Father's Day, I took my family out for a hike, and we came across one of your signs, and you freaked out my wife and daughter. But it's good information, and we always carry some spray to prevent ticks. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your project?
Yeah, so last summer I worked with Mr. McAuliffe here, and we really worked together to put up these signs, construct them, paint them, drill on the signs, and then we went to all 25 different spots to dig the holes, put the posts in, put the brochures in, make sure each one had enough tick cards and brochures that hikers could stop by, grab some, and hike safely and be aware of the tick presence in our town.
That's awesome. Now, have you become proficient at identifying different ticks?
Yeah, I have, and using those tick ID cards that are in the signposts, they're super helpful to identify which ticks they are and ways to prevent getting ticks on you.
Absolutely, and with the various sizes of ticks too, it's having those identification cards is huge. So you've done a great service to our community, and I thank you, and it's my honor to give you this.
Congratulations.
And our next scout is Jack Dulce, who doesn't look like he's on the Zoom or in the room. Is that correct? He's not there. So, Muriel, could you at least, and we'll recognize him on
Happily, I will recognize him. I'm a big fan of this process and the Eagle Scouts in particular. It represents a huge achievement, and I congratulate everybody who is getting recognized tonight, and all the Eagle Scouts in Hopkinton that have done so much for the town. Jack Dolsky, his Eagle Scout project was completed with sponsorship from Chief Bennett and the Hopkinton Police Department. For his project, Jack wrote and produced a video public service announcement to raise awareness around mental health and the jail diversion program the police department has been utilizing for the past few years. He earned his Eagle Scout on June 8th, 2022. So congratulations, Jack.
Hi, Alex. So happy to have you here. Alex's Eagle Scout project was to install wooden bridges and puncheons over wet areas of the trails on the Hughes property on Hayden Rose Street, working with the Hopkinton Trails Coordination and Management Committee. He earned Eagle Scout on March 15, 2022. Congratulations and thank you for a great service. I think this is I'm delighted to see that you have stepped into community service at such early stage in your life, and I wish you all the best. And you're going to George Mason this fall? Mm-hmm. Are you excited?
Oh, yeah.
All right. So all the best and congratulations, and thank you for your service. And thanks to all the Scout for tonight's great achievement and the service.
Thank you. I have the honor and the privilege to present Dan's project. Since he's not here, I hope it was me who did this project. Daniel's Eagle Scout project was at the Hopkinton Center for the Arts, creating a flagstone garden path, adding plant identifiers, and creating a website with a map of the garden, plant identification, and to put Shakespeare's quotes. He earned Eagle Scout in August 2021. Dan, thank you for a beautiful project. I actually consider it a contemplative garden at the Hopkinton Center for the Arts.
Thank you. No, I did. Daniel was the webmaster for Troop 1 for a few years, so it was very appropriate that he did a website for the Shakespeare Garden. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks. Mom and Dad.
I'll let the parents get photos too.
Thank you.
Congratulations to moms and dads as well. Very nice.
Hopkinton Middle School hosted their 8th grade promotions ceremony. Here's a look.
Groups are ones where the strength of your group depends upon one single person. That one person carries so much influence that the entire team or group follows their lead. If that person is joyful, then we're all joyful. If that person is critical, then we're all critical. Weak link groups, on the other hand, rely upon everyone. To use a sports analogy, the best soccer teams in the world, most of them would be considered weak link groups, as the vast majority of scoring opportunities are developed from a series of scoring opportunities the majority of scoring opportunities are developed from a series of passes that typically rely upon nearly everyone on the field. Their success, therefore, is dependent upon the strength of the weakest player on the field. I'm hopeful that each of you in this room will strive to be that very thing, a weak link group, relying and depending upon each of you. Your success for the next 4 years will only be as successful as each of you strives to make it. You have tremendous potential. I've had the pleasure of watching you grow. Growth, of course, comes with mistakes and pains, but if we remain focused on the goal of finding success, treating each other with respect and kindness as a class, you will be able to achieve great things. When you depart HMS today at 11:20, the opportunity to be a force for good in our community, in the schools, is in front of you. We've all seen firsthand the potential that you have as a group. I ask you to think about how you want to use your power as you begin your high school career. When a member of your class drifts from the goal, have a conversation with that person. Be willing to call that person out and support the person in need. Congratulations, class of 2026. Thank you for your resilience, your perseverance at Hopkinton Middle School. I look forward to seeing and hearing of your accomplishments in high school and beyond.
Good morning. The Engineering and Robotics Award goes to Andy Lee. Andy showed exceptional skill in robotics. He used sensors in creative ways, and he thinks outside the box. He did amazing. Good job, Andy.
A wonderful student and a great classmate. She's hardworking and thoughtful, and I enjoyed having her in class these 3 years.
So Mr. Dodge and I went back and forth an entire weekend about who was most deserving of this. There were about a dozen or so names that we were bouncing around. People that were brand new to band this year, brand new to the school this year, picked up new instruments this year. Everyone came in and worked incredibly hard, and if we compare where we ended the year to how we started the year, we could have given this award to everyone, but we chose Amelia because Amelia has taken advantage of every opportunity to participate in ensembles outside of school, jumping in with the high school, and is always one of the people here at the beginning of rehearsal setting up and one of the last people to leave breaking down. So thank you, Amelia.
So there's no element of surprise here. Okay. So again, I had several students where it took me a while to figure out who I was going to give this award to. I picked Ishan this year because he has been so amazing. His enthusiasm for violin has really grown this year. He's always playing, he's always coming in the room, asking questions, talking about different things, and just always kind of pumping everybody else up in the room. So I gave my award this year to Ishan Patel.
So Ms. Nielsen couldn't be in the room today, so I'm presenting this award to Anna Burke on behalf of Ms. Nielsen and Chorus Award. And thinking about the General Music Award, I definitely chose, I think, one of the strongest people I know. For those of you that know anything about the 8th grade General Music curriculum, we focus a lot on social change and social justice, and I think Cliff will absolutely be a warrior for social justice for years to come. Congratulations, Cliff.
Christos, you worked really hard during 5K training. You did it very independently. It was amazing to watch transformation during 5K. During the games elective and racket sports, it was fun to watch you play. You really have a positive attitude, and you really love to play just for the sake of playing. Congratulations.
Oh, Maggie, you're awesome. I never had her until this year, but she can jump double dutch, she can do a sun salutation, and she can play basketball. And she was just a joy to have. So good luck at your new school next year.
Lila, where are you? All right. So I chose Lila this year because she was always willing to try new things, and I saw her grow so much as a person this year. And she's a leader who's quiet, and she leads by example. So this year, my award's going to Lila Harper.
Gabby, just thank you for being a wonderful person and student. Good luck. Thank you.
So I love teaching 8th grade media literacy. We have lots of fun. We get to talk about some serious topics. We get to show a creative side. But summer, what a huge change from the year before, where summer was sort of in the corner quiet. I got to hear a lot of what summer has to offer, particularly very articulate and vocal when it came to social justice. and very creative and artistic and vocal when helping others. So I really want to say I appreciate Summer and I wish you the best.
We are going to take a quick time out. A whole lot more ahead. Don't go anywhere. HCAM programming is supported by our viewers, thank you, and by Phipps Insurance Agency, representing companies such as MapFree Insurance. Their family-owned independent agency is deeply rooted in the communities they serve and offer time-tested insurance products to fit individual needs. Since 1950, Phipps Insurance specializes in home, auto, business, condo, and renters insurance. Welcome back to HCAM News. Hopkins School hosted their annual spring concert. Here's a look.
Bolello, the principal at Hopkins School. I want to thank you all for coming tonight. As you can see, Mrs. McDonald is switching over to get her band ready to go. This is a very exciting night. It is the largest Hopkins concert we've ever had here in the gym. We've never had our 4th and 5th grade together performing for chorus, and our school's gotten pretty big. So this is a very big night for us. Can we give another big round of applause to our music department? Mrs. McDonald? All right, let's go, band.
Some upcoming happenings in town you should know about. Project Just Because hosts their annual golf tournament on Monday, July 11th. For more information, head over to projectjustbecause.org/golf. Our photo of the week, congratulations to Sean Golombewski on placing 6th overall in the championship group at the Nike Outdoor Nationals at Hayward Field in Eugene, Oregon. Congratulations, Sean. You certainly represented Hopkinton well. Town government meetings include on Monday, July 11th at 7 p.m. The Zoning Advisory Committee will be live. And on Tuesday, July 12th, the Select Board meeting will be live on HCAM TV. For all upcoming town government meetings, head over to hcam.tv/gov. And for more information at hopkintonma.gov. Believe it or not, we are out of time for this edition of HCAM News. Don't worry, next Thursday at 6:30 p.m., we'll be back. As always, thanks for tuning in. Take care, be well, and we'll talk to you again soon. You must be breathing a sigh of relief now that that crazy spring season has come to a close.
Yeah, it's been a very busy school year, but when you're busy in the tournament, that's good. That means your teams are doing well and advancing from one round to the next. And we had a great spring season, so it's a good kind of hectic.
Absolutely, you had just about every team in the postseason, really. And Hiller baseball making it all the way to the final 8. And we'll certainly talk a bit about the spring season in just a moment. But we are a little bit sad because this is your final season as the Hopkinton High School athletic director. You're moving on, and I certainly want to say you'll certainly be missed. But what's next for you?
Yeah, so it's very bittersweet. As I said in my message to the coaching staff and the students, I've really, really enjoyed my time in Hopkinton. The people, the families, the coaches, the honestly, the community, all my colleagues, everything's great. This is not a Hopkinton thing. It's a job thing. As most people know, I have twins who are going into 4th grade. And these last few years have just proven really, really challenging to do the job the way I want to do the job, while also being the father and husband that I want to be. And, having twins, I kind of have a small window, right? They're going through everything at the same time. So I basically have like a 9-year window, and I really just don't want to miss my kids growing up, and I don't want to miss their events. And so as much as I love being at these events, I truly do. It's the best part of the job is, watching our teams compete and, having small talk with parents and kids in the stands. I'm often missing my own kids' stuff while I'm doing that. And that's just stuff I just can't keep doing anymore. And so as hard as this is all I've ever known. I graduated from college and started coaching, teaching, and then eventually became an athletic director 6 years ago. So it's literally schools of all I've known. I'm 40 years old, and it's either as a student or an employee, it's been my life. And so it's certainly a challenge, but I'm looking forward to my next opportunity, and I'm really happy about it. It's a little bit, I guess, off the beaten path that some people might expect. I'm actually going to work for a company called Boundless.